Hey, this is Jeff from North Carolina Wine TV, and I'm here with Dick Wolf, the owner and winemaker of Banner Elk Winery. Thanks very much for talking to me, Dick.
Well, I'm delighted to have you up here. We're pleased to have everybody come up and visit the mountains and taste the wine of the mountains.
Well, so tell me a little bit about the history of Banner Elk. I know you're the only winery here in what they call the high country of North Carolina.
Well, I appreciate that. I started I'm a professor, was a professor at Appalachian State University. My doctorate's in chemical engineering, and I've been making wine all my life. And I had a small winery in Virginia, and then I met with the president of Appalachian State, and we put together a new program to teach farmers how to grow grapes instead of tobacco up in the high country. So we didn't reinvent the wheel. We went to Europe, where they're growing grapes at these same elevations of 4,000, 5,000 feet, and we brought those kind of grapes back. These are called French-American hybrids, and they've been doing excellent for now almost 9 years. We've been growing grapes, and this wine here is just an example of some of the quality of wines we've got. Now, in the last 3 years, we've been open 4 years at the winery in July. In the last 3 state fairs, we have won 27 medals. So we're very pleased that it's not just the winemaker, it's the grapes. And we're growing some superb grapes. So we are making some excellent wine.
So tell me, what grapes are you growing up here?
Well, we're growing, as I mentioned, the French-American hybrids, but the 3 grapes that's standing out that have done so well, even survived all this past winter, which was down to 10 below zero. One is the Seyval Blanc, and it's a white grape. And the next is a red grape called a Maréchal Foch, which grew in France. It's Frenchman. And then we have the Rosé, which is a Steuben grape, and that makes a beautiful rosé. In fact, the rosé has just been excellent wine and won a number of medals in State Fair.
Well, I know that this winery is actually located on either a former or a current blueberry farm, and you've gotten some notoriety for your blueberry wine. Tell me a little bit about how that all comes together with, the French hybrid grapes.
Well, that's great. Blueberries are native to these mountains, and they've proved that they could grow in these kind of temperatures. And this is a 20-acre blueberry farm. It was. And when I saw it, it looked like a vineyard. And I was looking to where I could locate a winery here after we started getting the farmers planting grapes. And then I met with the owner of the farm, and we bought 7 acres, and we built a 8-bedroom villa, which is an inn, which has a bed and breakfast inn, and we built a winery and built my house on its property, and we took out the blueberries on the 6 acres, and then we still got 20 acres of blueberries. Now the blueberry wine, I'm a chemist, and it's tough to make blueberry wine. Really, it's excellent wine. I believe I could sell it as a tonic as quick as I could as a wine, because it's so healthy for you. And we have won 2 medals now in the state fair for that blueberry wine.
Well, and I understand that you've been working with a lot of the local farmers as well to set up vineyards and kind of support the local farm economy.
That's right. We've been having classes here. I am a professor, and so we've been teaching farmers what kind of grapes to grow, and they're planting them. And they own the land. They don't want to sell the property just for development. So we teach them to grow on the steep slopes and the south slopes and what kind of grapes to grow. And then I give them a contract, I'll buy them. They plant them, I'll buy them, and we'll make the wine out of it. And now that's what we've done. And we've invested a lot of money, building the winery. It's not so, it's right expensive to build a winery, as you know. But we have made that step, and now we're getting a lot of notoriety around the state. And I'm writing a book on all this called High Country as Wine Country. And the book, I'm hoping the next 6 months it'll be out. but we're trying to use all the technical data that shows that higher elevations around the world have made some excellent wines, and we're falling into that category. Well, welcome to the highest vineyard in North Carolina, but not only the highest vineyard in North Carolina, the highest vineyard in the eastern United States, 4,900 feet. And we're growing the Marechal Foch, we're growing the Seyval Blanc, we're experimenting with the Riesling and the Pinot Noir. So we have 2 acres here, and now my neighbors put in 4 acres of vineyards. So we have started something, and the grapes have done well over the winter. We have not had any vines that died during this cold winter. And we had a total of almost 12 feet of snow from October through March. So we've had snow up to this waist high up here. But these are all doing fine, and you can see the beautiful mountains, and they get plenty of sun, and we plant on the south slopes. So that makes a difference.
Well, I'm excited to hear that you're growing Pinot Noir, because nobody has successfully done Pinot Noir yet in North Carolina. I know Shelton has tried, they pulled it out. West Bend has actually bottled some, and it didn't quite do it. So I'm curious to see if you can pull that off in North Carolina.
Well, it's an experiment,
Yeah.
I have to admit. But we've had the French here, and the French people from near the Alps, they're growing this grape.
Mm-hmm.
And we do have a hybrid of it. I mean, it's a Pinot Noir, but it's on a different rootstock. And so we've used this rootstock, which I think will help. And it's hardy, so we're going to see. So I'd much rather experiment with my own vineyard than to tell some farmers now, go plant this. But so far, the Sauvignon Blanc has done okay, which is a vinifera, but mostly the French hybrids have shown the best performance here in the mountains.
Well, I noticed that you have a real family atmosphere here. You have a pond. I saw people fishing. You know, you have a little amphitheater out there, and you have music. What else can people expect to see if they come to Banner Elk Winery?
Well, we've got 17 weddings scheduled this summer. We've had 52 weddings. This has become a wedding destination because we also have one golf hole. I found out how expensive it is to build a green, but we got one golf green and 18 tees, so people can sit here and look as if they're on a golf course, and that adds to the atmosphere. You know, the most important thing here in these mountains is the outdoors. That's the beauty of these mountains, and that's what we tried to project with the outdoor activity. That's why we got all this amphitheater, the rocks, the pond. That's a trout pond, and it's naturally fed by the streams. So we've got a lot of things going for us. And then we're in between 2 ski slopes, and winter is just about as good as the summer. We had people sitting around our fire pit this winter after they were skiing, drinking wine. So that works.
Well, that's great, and thank you very much, Dick.
Well, thank you.